Who's Master Chief Carl Brashear? And why is coffee called a cup of joe? Those stories and more next on Chit Chat. Hello there, and welcome to Chit Chat, a chance where we can share life together by sharing encouraging, uplifting, inspiring stories, and I hope it does it for you. I hope I'm encouraging you somehow, some way with what I share, the podcasts I've had. I hope you and your family are doing well. We had a great time bringing in 2021 for my family and I. It was pretty quiet for the first time in quite a while. We had some plans hanging out with some relatives and family members, but some of the kids came down with a cough and, we didn't want a chance. They weren't getting sick. So we stayed home, played games, ate a bunch of snacks, and brought the new year a little differently than normal. I think that's been the theme for 2020. It's different. And probably 2021, the first 7 days of the year, it's going to be different. I'm glad you could join us today. Kick back and relax. Get your cup of coffee. It's Chit and Chat. A new segment today is I'm going to do a movie review with you. And this movie is 20 years old and it's based on a true story. Men of Honor, starring Cuba Gooding Jr., Robert De Niro, Charlize Theron. It's about Carl Brashear, an ambitious sharecropper who joins the U.S. Navy to become the world's first black master diver. But as he works through diving training, the bitter and racist Master Chief Billy Sunday sets out to make Carl's journey as difficult as possible. Despite the entire Navy doubting his potential and sabotaging his training, the determined Carl proves that he can overcome discrimination all around him. In this movie, I never have hated a character more watching this movie than Captain Hanks, played by David Conrad, who makes Chief Brashear's career in the Navy just an absolute nightmare. I think it was a time where I was watching the movie and I yelled, "You jerk!" I mean, for what he made him go through toward the end of the movie was amazing. But this movie is pretty amazing. And as I was doing some research on this movie and the career of Carl Brashear, some of the details of the movie aren't completely accurate, which most movies aren't. But if you ever get a chance to look him up in his career, it's amazing. I'll tell you some tidbits about Master Chief Brashear. He was honored by the Secretary of Defense Medal for Outstanding Public Service in October 2000 for 42 years of combined military and federal civilian service. The Lewis and Clark class dry cargo ship, the USNS Carl Brashear, was christened in his honor in 2008. He'd earned so many medals: the Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medal, the Navy Occupation Service Medal, like I mentioned, the United Nations Korea Medal. It was amazing. And after his death, his sons Dwayne and Philip Brashear started the Carl Brashear Foundation in his honor. And this is really cool. Their objective is to reach as many people to share the story of Carl Brashear and his incredible achievements. The purpose of this foundation is to use his life as an example of faith, strength, humility, and dedication. Their mission statement is to prove the life of Carl Brashear and to enhance the life of others And their goal is to give back to society, especially the veterans, the afflicted, and the youth of the form of the positions and monetary awards. Carl showed the world that racism, poverty, physical disability cannot defeat the human spirit. Carl Brashear passed away July 25th, 2006, and I highly recommend watching this movie as well as reading up on his amazing career, who served this country with all he had. Rest in peace, Master Chief Brashear. Rest in peace. About 4 months ago, I joined a coffee club. Something I've never done before. I'd always thought about it, but never, did it. The way I bought coffee was I went to the store and bought the cheapest on the shelf. $5.99, $6.99, company XYZ. Well, I found this company in Texas, the Atlas Coffee Club, and signed up. And month after month, I have received coffee from around the world. I get to pick the kind of coffee I want, whole bean or ground. How many bags a month I want. Usually I get 2 bags a month. I also get a card detailing about the region where it came from in the country. It's pretty amazing. Also, I get a card that tells me about the tasting notes of the coffee and what's in it. I would highly recommend the Atlas Coffee Club. I don't get paid by these guys, but I love sharing their coffee. I have a link I can share with you wherever on social media. You get $10 off on your next order, on your first order. So check them out at atlascoffeeclub.com today. Heck, you may just start loving the coffee like I do. atlascoffeeclub.com. What are some practical and thoughtful ways to encourage others? I'm going to give you a list of 5. And you can find your own ways to cheer people up, especially during these crazy COVID times. Number 1, cheer up someone who is discouraged with a hug. I know, COVID stuff, I'm a big hugger. Especially folks at church, we always hug each other. It's been very difficult, high-fiving and elbowing. But one day this is over, give someone a hug. Also, spending time with one another, giving them hope, telling them a joke. Just small things of encouragement will do wonders for someone who's going through some tough times. Some people are most encouraged by acts of service. Imagine you raking your neighbor's leaves, or bringing them a plant for their porch, or taking the garbage down the street. Small little things could have a ripple effect, and it could do wonders. It really, really could. Number 3, send a short note on Facebook, text a friend, call or write a friend with some encouraging or kind words. Heck, go buy some postcards and jot a little note in the back, throw a stamp on it, and mail it to somebody. Pretty easy and inexpensive. And can you imagine their faces when they get a postcard from you and read, "Hey, have a good day. I'm thinking of you." I bet their grin you could see it from outer space. Number 4 kind of goes with number 3, secretly send a gift, like a coffee card to somebody. And the last one I have is be encouraging to all you meet, because you never know who is having a bad day, who is going through some very difficult times. I think everyone's going through some very difficult times. Find ways in which you can encourage someone wherever they are. Down the street, a coworker, a family member, a friend on social media. By spreading encouragement, we can make a change all over the world, and this world needs positivity. It needs encouragement. There's enough negativity out there. We need to flood it with positivity, good vibes, and encouraging and kind words. A number of years ago, my brother and I were running through the woods, having a good old time, and came across this stagnant pond with no water coming in, no water going out. We found rocks and started throwing them and skipping them across this lake. Let's use this pond as the world. And each rock we throw into it is something encouraging. Kindness and hope. And as we throw these rocks in, these ripples just start going everywhere. We can make a positive change. We can make lasting ripples, positive ripples, by sharing encouragement that will go on forever. I mean, how cool is that? As we share life together, as we do positive things and share encouragement, we can make a chain that could go on forever. It's pretty awesome. Something to think about. Dirt, mud, jitter juice, Java, pick me up, and of course, Cup of Joe. Coffee has had many nicknames. You may know it as a thing you get out of bed in the morning. Pretty straightforward, especially if you take it black. Whether you make it home, you haunt your local coffee shops, you duck into the nearest chain for a cup of coffee. Coffee is convenient and a delicious way to feel more alert and kickstart your day. So, why is coffee called a cup of Joe? Well, the ironic nickname of a cup of Joe has several origins, and the one I found is about one legend concerns Josephus Daniels, the Secretary of the Navy during World War I. In 1914, he banned alcohol consumption on all U.S. Navy ships. Since coffee was the strongest substitute, sailors sarcastically deemed it a cup of Josephus. But as it is a mouthful, the snarky nickname became shortened to just a cup of Joe. And now you know. Enjoy your cup of Joe. Or dirt. Thank you so much for joining today, wherever you are. East Coast, West Coast, North or South, it doesn't matter. Thank you for joining and kicking back and listening to Chit Chat. And from the get-go, I always try to get these around 10 minutes because I know everyone is busy with life, with work, and everything going on. And as I review a few sessions in here, I want you to watch Men of Honor and do a little research on Carl Brashear, amazing gentleman who served his country for a great number of years. Pray for our country where we're going through some crazy times, and I hope that you're able to join in every Friday, God willing, where I try to encourage someone somewhere, wherever you are. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, and good day. This has been Chit and Chat.